LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Who is the GOAT and why? When it comes to basketball, only two players are worth looking at. That would be LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And today, we're going to look into which one is the greatest basketball player of all time. We hope to present you with enough facts on both sides of the argument to accurately make your call as to who is the greatest basketball player of all time. Now, the first thing to know is that LeBron James grew up thinking the world of Michael Jordan. The man was his biggest inspiration. As a child, LeBron dressed like Jordan, wore his shoes, and studied Jordan's playing style. This is the same thing that countless children worldwide have been quoted as saying almost precisely. There's something about Michael Jordan that has been all-inspiring since the 90s. People could tell that he was going to make waves. He did, going on to become one of the best-known athletes in the world. It just can't be forgotten that people have been saying the same thing about LeBron James too. They've cited him as the man who brought down Michael Jordan when he was a teenager, long before he joined the NBA. And as the years have gone by, people have watched Michael Jordan keep a firm grip on his title. But they've always watched LeBron James get closer and closer to taking that title for himself. But that's just the lead-up, the backstory, the starting shot at the beginning of the race. We're going to lay out the facts for both arguments. We want to ensure that you get a good grip on both players. After all, votes should never be cast before you have all the information. And we also have a question. Before we get into the who's who of this playoff, we want you to jump down to the comment box beneath this video and let us know whose number you would wear if you could pick from any of the basketball greats. Alright, let's start with the legend himself, Michael Jordan. From the moment he showed up in the 90s, everyone knew that he would be the man to beat, and that it would end up being incredibly difficult to knock down. Michael Jordan could outplay just about anyone out on the court. He took over games, and all eyes were on him, right down to the final buzzer. Here are some of Michael Jordan's greatest statistics. 6 NBA championships with 0 losses. NBA Finals MVP in all 6 championships. Won 10 NBA scoring titles. Only rookie to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Highest career points per game average in NBA history, 30.1. Michael Jordan has partnered with everyone from McDonald's to Gatorade to Nike, and has fans that span almost 3 generations. Jordan managed to catch people's eye in the 90s, and even now in 2022, he is one of the most well-known athletes. You'll find collectors in their 20s and 60s building their Michael Jordan wares because he made that much of an impact. And his career on the court has made a massive impact too. Michael Jordan has the Defensive Player of the Year award, which LeBron has not managed to get under his belt. This is just one of the many awards that Michael Jordan has managed to get over the years. Considering how eclectic his career was, it's not much of a surprise that he has a whole shelf of them. Michael Jordan also has 3 more All-Defense selections and 1 more MVP award, and he has something else in his arsenal. He is one of the single most well-known players that the world has ever seen. It doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter whether you care about basketball or not, you've likely heard about Michael Jordan. He's an all-star who has even managed to reach outside the boundaries of basketball fans. He's been in movies. Space Jam, anyone? And he's been part of promotional activities all over the world. People love him, and they know that his skills are the kind of thing people don't get to see daily. Crowds of children and adults have latched onto the name Michael Jordan, seeing that this was the person they should be watching. And then, on the other end of the proverbial ring, we have LeBron James. King James is 37 years old and has had a brilliant 19 years in the NBA. Many people think that he might be on the way to overtaking Michael Jordan's reigning title as well, if he hasn't already done it. LeBron is one of the best shooters from 2 and 3-point range. He's also an ace at passing and rebounding, though we'll admit his free throw percentage isn't the best. But that doesn't change the fact that he has some of the best overall statistics of any professional basketball player. Here are some of LeBron James' most significant statistics. The only player in the history of the NBA to record over 30,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists. Most career points, regular season and playoff combined, 44,693. Has competed in 10 NBA Finals, including 8 consecutively from 2011 to 2018. Named to NBA All-Stars 17 times. 4-time NBA Finals MVP. Many people think it won't be much longer before he takes over the title of the GOAT. People have been saying that about LeBron since the guy was in high school when he first made it onto the cover of Sports Illustrated. That's a huge deal, especially since he hadn't even been drafted. Of course, the fact that he's a 4-time NBA champion helps keep all eyes on him too. We'll say that it's veritable proof that he should be in the running. That leads us to the third point of this video. Michael Jordan and LeBron James are almost even in efficiency ratings, with LeBron trailing slightly behind Michael at second. Both players are even in blocks per game, though they both also have their perks. Michael Jordan averaged more steals per game, but LeBron turned the ball over more, so they have their high and low points, the same as every player. We're not here to pull those highs and lows apart. We're here to look at the overarching package. And the overarching package says that Michael Jordan was the basketball pioneer back in the 90s. He achieved fame that no other player had attained during that time. Global fame and recognition on a scale that a basketball player had never gotten. After retiring, he became a business tycoon, still recognized as one of the greatest athletes of all time. That's a title that he'll never lose, but it's also not what this video is about. We aren't here to discuss the greatest athletes of all time. We're here to discuss the greatest basketball players of all time. And as far as basketball players go, the public eye has shifted its gaze onto LeBron James. We see in him the same glory that we saw in Michael Jordan, and some of us see a great deal more potential in King James. It also raises a fascinating question: who's the greatest basketball player of all time? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel before you go. And we have a question too. In the comments below, let us know who you think is the greatest basketball player of all time: LeBron James or Michael Jordan?